let's say you want to make a Titanfall game, but you don't know where to start. Then all of a sudden, you come across this amazing tutorial by Leprawel, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, and click on it. Then you see it has the code in the description, which is perfect because you don't know what to do and you're just trying to figure out how to make a game. However, it only has 2 scripts, camera controller and player movement, and you being a beginner, having no idea what any of this does, can figure out how to put it together. And since I've seen several people with this issue, I'm going to be showing you how I did it. So you can just start by making a new 3D core project. I used 2021.3.5 F1, but really I think any version works. I just chose one at random. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is create a new cube for our player to stand on, and it should be a cube so there's room for the collider and not a plane. Then I'm just going to make a couple walls right here for the player to run on, because that's part of the movement system. The next thing I want to do is create a new, I'm going to do a capsule, you can really do anything. And this is going to be our player, which I now realize is way too big for the environment, so I'm just going to scale this up a bit. Perfect. So you want to take this and you want to create empty parent, and we're going to call this player. Now inside of player, you're going to want to take this capsule collider right here, copy component, remove component, and then you're going to paste it right here onto this object. So that the capsule collider component is on the player, the root object. Next, you want to add a rigid body. And we're going to create a script real quick. I'm just going to call that signal receiver. We'll get to that later. So this is a good time to create a scripts folder. To go back to our GitHub repository and download the 2 scripts that are necessary. Alright, so once you're here, you just want to click download the code, download zip. Open that up. You can go ahead and open these, take these 2 scripts. We can go into our assets, scripts, and we can paste everything in, like that. Now that everything's in here, we can go ahead and take this little capsule, and we're going to go to player, add component, and you want to search player movement. Now, if you have a main camera in the scene, like this one, you're going to want to drag that into the player. And if not, you want to create a new camera and set the tag to main camera. So once that's in the player, you want to go to the transform, click reset. So it should be at the 000 of the root object. Then you just kind of want to adjust it a bit. So I'm going to move it up so it's at around eye level. And then there you go, that's your player. So now we just want to take this camera right here, and we want to add the component camera controller and set main camera and weapon camera to this camera right here. And with that, it should be mostly done, except for this one script you see right here, signal receiver, which we're going to edit right now. So this script is just here to handle everything from player movement. Because you see right now, we go ahead and we try to play. We can wall run, and everything looks pretty good. The issue, you can see, is there are tons of errors right here. On start walking as the receiver, double jump, on jump, and on start wall running. So what you want to do is you just want to open this real quick, signal receiver, and you want to delete everything, and let's take a look at these errors right now. So we need to create a void on start walking. Then we need to go beneath that and create void on double jump. Then beneath that, we just do void on jump. And finally, we can create void on start wall width. And then with that, this should be all the signals we need to handle. And what you can do with this script is when you want an action to happen after one of these is done, like on double jump, play a sound. On jump, I don't know, change the character. You can go ahead and you can write the code in one of these functions or methods. If we go back to this, and we play, you should see there are no longer any errors. The console is clear, and everything works to plan. You can see you can wall run, which I should actually go ahead to the main camera. And there should be a clean plane change near to 0. And I'm actually just gonna duplicate this a couple times to make this longer, like that. And now you should see double jump works, sprinting works, wall running works for the most part, like that. Yeah. So you can see mostly everything works. However, there is some stuff we can adjust. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change this into a larger wall, like that. It'd be a bit bigger. And what I'm going to do is take this little capsule right here, place it just a little bit further down so we can get a good place for it. And I'm going to go to this right here, go to tags and add tag. And there's 2 tags we can do. One is no wall run, I believe. Let me double check in the player movement script. You can just, in case it's changed since then, go to here and search no wall run. It is no wall run. And then there is infinite wall run, like that. Okay. So if we go here, add tag, we can do no wall run, save. We can add another tag called infinite wall run, save. And now when we tag an object with either of these, it will have the effect. So this one will just be a normal wall run. This one will be infinite wall run, which means you won't fall off after a period of time. Let's just go ahead and make it longer. And this one should be no wall run. Gonna make these a bit more vertical so we can really see the effects on it, like that. Alright, as you can see, I can wall run on that one. I cannot wall run on this one. I die immediately. And I can wall run on this, double jump to this one, and I should never fall off. As you can see, I've not fallen off yet, and I can continue to move. So yeah, that's that. And one extra thing you can do is you can set a point where you want the scene to reload or respawn. So when players falling into the void, they're going to fall forever. You just have to stop the game. What you can do is check, when do I want the player to be reset? So you can see it's positioned right now with 1. Let's say we're going to bring this down to there. -100. That's pretty good for a reset. So you can go into the script right here. Go to the update function, the player movement, and you can just add some code right here that says if transform.position.y was less than -100, then I'm just going to, you can make them teleport back if you'd like to. For the sake of speed and efficiency, I'm just going to do use Unity engine.scene management and add scene manager dot load scene, and then scene manager get active scene dot name. Dot name, like that. And then if this works correctly, when I'm wall running and I fall off, you can see after a couple of seconds, it's reset. Okay, so everything works pretty smoothly. I actually have a WebGL demo out of it right now. It is called neolit.ga, and it is just a kind of quick demo of his Titanfall movement system. I had added a bit more to this than I showed in the tutorial. For example, a third-person camera, which is a bit goofy right now, but still functional. And yeah, it's basically what it is. It's just a movement system mimicking Titanfall.